Hello, folks. My name is Darrell Robert Schoon, and I have the extraordinary pleasure of introducing Reverend Betty Tatalajski. I was thinking before this program started, there was a very famous metaphysical book called Meetings with Remarkable Men. And I think it was by Ouspensky, and it was dealt basically with Gurdjieff, the Russian mystics. I thought of writing a book called Meetings with Remarkable Women. Without further ado, Reverend Betty Tatalajski, the founder of Tucson's Temple of Universality.
Hello, welcome, friends. I just tell them girls just want to have fun, don't we?
That's good.
And in this Aquarian age, everybody has equal opportunities.
Equal opportunity.
It's an equal opportunity generation.
Never before.
Never before.
Never before.
And visionaries have come to Earth en masse, and you're one. You're one. Everybody is that got a passport to the Earth plane for this time of Aquarius. Isn't it incredible? So don't let those old, worn-out beliefs hinder and blind you to the greatness of this age of Aquarius. And what is your vision? What kind of vision do you have? You know, the prophet Joel says, without a vision, the people perish. And that is certainly very true. So I think that's probably why the month of Aquarius comes in when it does, early in the year. And so you might feel and see and know that what your purpose is. The Spirit says, wake up. You weren't, of course in miracles, you weren't bad, you were asleep. You were living a nightmare. But now it's time for wake up time. And I've asked Darrell to read one of the poems, many poems that Spirit has given me over the years.
This basically tells one of the versions of the truth. Very simply, very truthful.
Yeah.
Listen, my children, and you shall hear, for there's a great misconception that we'd like to clear. There's a great cry of protest regarding your birth. I didn't ask to be born. I didn't want to come to earth. Now listen, dear children, and let us explain. For we hear your cries, and we feel your pain. You each volunteered. You were anxious to come. You saw an opportunity for growth. You are not dumb. I'll go down and help wherever I'm needed. You can count on me. Just watch, you pleaded. You chose your mother and your father. You chose your place of birth. And when the time was perfect, you came back to earth. You came to help and to heal. You mostly came to grow. Each of you asked to come. We just wanted you to know.
Thank you, Darrell. And it just confirms you weren't bad, you've been asleep, you've been living a nightmare probably, just to get you to wake up to the knowing, the knowledge that you did really come and how blessed you are to be here in this Aquarian time. And you know, in this previous 2,000 years where we were taught that we were going to be saved, we weren't sure from what, but we needed to be saved. And now it's time in this 2,000 years of Aquarius of individual responsibility. You may not like the way that sounds either, but honey, that's just the way it is. It's time to wake up. And you know, of course I'm dressed like it's St. Patrick's Day, and I thought this morning after I got dressed, hey, you know what? It is. It's this month. It's St. Patrick's Day, so we can appreciate that. And I can appreciate my mother's lineage in Ireland, my father's lineage in Scotland. And, you know, everybody's from somewhere else, right? And that's what it's all about in this Aquarian age of respect and devotion and the thrill of meeting brothers and sisters around the world, and this family of 7.2 billion people thus far who are our family. So nobody comes into life alone, do they? Isn't it incredible? Well, I just wanted to appreciate the Blessed Mother again. So every once in a while I get on a kick, you know, to special people in the spirit world that I want to honor. And so she's foremost in my mind right now. And I think back to when she said, Betty, my holy places are under attack. Would you go and build your golden pyramid? I'm going to let you talk about the golden pyramid. You've done it before, and you can do it much better than I. I do the trips, and he tells me of what I'm doing, you know.
The golden pyramid meditation was something given to Betty Tatalajski as a foundation for spiritual growth. It protects, but it really is the safest way to raise the energy during the Aquarian age. I mean, you know, the idea, the Kundalini is a Eastern concept of energy and Shakti, and it moves up the spine.
And it's true.
It does. It's true. It's there, and it's real. But in our Western way of wanting it all here now, we've tried to do specific exercises to raise the Kundalini, whether it's ready or not.
Yes.
The truth is, the Kundalini energy rising is a gift of spirit, as they all are.
And dangerous.
For you to push it, all right? It's like a little kid wanting to drive a car because he sees his older brother driving it, his dad driving it, and he wants to drive it too.
And it's cosmic fire,
yes,
folks.
it's power. It's the essence of power. And if you do that before you're ready, you're liable to blow it out.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had friends who've done it,
yeah.
and they were lucky because nothing untoward's happened to them.
Yeah.
But there are also people who have done it before the time is right and ended up in mental institutions. It's the most powerful energy on the planet. The Golden Pyramid meditation was something given to you, and you do it with the Ascended Masters consciously. You raise it up with breathing, conscious breathing, and you move up level by level by level to the top, consciously, and then you come back down.
We're responsible. Yeah. And we are responsible to the exact degree of our awareness. So once you've heard it, you're responsible. You can't go back to sleep anymore. Isn't that interesting? And this Kundalini is fire. It's cosmic fire.
Or you may be in no man's land.
Absolutely.
You've heard it, but you're still irresponsible.
Yeah, and you don't want to be that way. So you know you are a gift to the world, and the world is a gift to you. So anyway. The Blessed Mother asked me to go to Europe and pray for her holy sites. And she said, as we all know, that every point of light is under attack by dark forces. That's cosmic law. That's just the way it is. I remember one of the Ascended Masters told me at one time, Betty, yes, there is dissension on the earth plane, but he said, if this was a 7th, 6th ray, and Lord Hilarion, and he said, if you were sitting where we are, you would wonder how there's going to be peace on earth. Of course there will.
There will be.
There will be, it is assured. But he says, you think you're attacked on the earth plane, you should see us sitting up here, okay? We've got some really powerful forces sitting here around us. Anyway, what an honor it was, you know, and is to go to all of these places. And so the first one was Lisbon, Portugal. She gave me a list, and so I started in Lisbon, and you know.
Where did you go in Lisbon for her? Where did she have a place?
I went to Fatima.
Oh, Fatima.
But
okay, outside, north of, yeah.
Yes, but
okay.
I was in Lisbon.
Okay.
And the thing is, and I was looking for it today and couldn't find it, but I have one of these pictures, you know, from the spirit world of the fortress at Belém, in the water there off of Portugal, and when I got it in that little card, I was clueless. what
What
is
is this? Yeah.
And it was done by a pen. It wasn't in color. And I had it for 2 years. And when I got to Portugal, there it was in the water. I had been asking for 2 years, what is this?
For a moment, when Betty Tatalajski talks about the spirit and the picture she saw of the fortress at Berlin, these are spirit precipitations. These come through a medium. We know his name is Hoyt Robinette, one of the most extraordinary mediums on this planet. And Betty ran into him in 1979, 1980 back at Camp Chesterfield in Indiana. And through him, on these little cards, the spirits precipitate pictures, all right? And so what she's telling you is that on one of these cards, the 3x5 blank cards, they put them in this dark area, and it takes around a half hour for the precipitation to happen. She got this picture of a place that she had never before seen.
No.
All right, never before seen. All right, and didn't know what it was.
No, I didn't know what it was, and it was done in sketch.
Okay.
It wasn't in
color like they are now.
It was a sketch,
Yeah.
so I promptly had it enlarged, and I couldn't find it this morning. But anyway, I didn't know that I was going to see it. Before I get to Fatima, there is the Fortress of Belém, and Spirit says, by the way, this is where Columbus left
for the New World.
You know, we've been told it's Italy, it's here, here, here. They said this is where he came from because King Henry, the navigator, started the school of navigation from which all of his Magellan and all of his great people. You wonder how such a tiny little country could be so prominent in world history. Well, from the port of Belém. So anyway, I went on up to Fatima, and it was, of course, wonderful, and I built it. So then go now to the center between Portugal and France, and that's Andorra. And the people of Andorra, you know, say they don't have an army. We live under the arm of Charlemagne.
Yeah, they have a charter of Charlemagne. This is a tiny little kingdom called Andorra, all right, that almost nobody has ever heard of. And yet it truly is a kingdom. It's a country, but it's basically a fortress in the Pyrenees.
It's not under attack. It's not been under attack because they say there's Charlemagne and the mantle of Mahomet, the Blessed Mother. So then that was lovely. And then go down into France to the miracle place. What is the
Lourdes.
Lourdes, okay. Incredible. I saw people healed. Of course, they're still being healed every day. Even if you are well, it is such an incredible blessing. So, you know, the reason we do this and the purpose behind it is because Jesus said, ask and it shall be given. And some people don't understand that. So we do, and we ask for protection and build this triangles, this pyramids over these holy places. And, you know, it's like when I went to Sri Lanka, and to Malaysia, and Spirit said, you know, St. Germain says, go and build a pyramid, especially over Malaysia, because it is so, well, there's so much killing going on. Of course, we don't think about it when these people are sitting out in the ocean on those little boats, and the troops sit on the shore and kill them as they come in waves, I mean hundreds at a time, and so it keeps their machine guns going, you know, just killing them before they can come in. And Spirit says, St. Germain said, this is not a good thing. So would you go and build a pyramid over Malaysia? And then, anyway, so he said, because we cannot do it, we're not on the earth plane. We have to be on the earth plane to be able to work in the earth energy. Isn't that incredible, though? You know.
Yeah, you think that masters or
well,
people of tremendous
well,
power
yes.
can just will stuff and it'll happen.
No.
Got to be here.
He said, don't do it. Anyway, it was interesting. I think I've mentioned it before about Malaysia. And they said, you're going to be under attack. Well, you know, at the time, friends, I was just taking my friends to Tibet, China, and they said, now, and he says, now in Malaysia. I said, Malaysia? He says, oh, yes, you'll be going there too. My friends didn't know that, but they said, he said, 6 of the 12 will go with you when they find out what I'm telling you now.
So, Betty, for the edification of our listening, viewing audience, when you said you were told that you're going to go to Malaysia, were you already on this trip? Or before?
I had already made it up, and my friends had already signed up.
In other words, so the
Yes.
airfare, the schedule was already set.
The schedule was
set. Okay.
Yes, and I'm sitting there thinking, okay, Malaysia, and then I found,
because they told you, the Spirit told you.
Saint Germain told me.
You. Okay.
Saint Germain
now,
told me.
how did you hear this from Saint Germain? You in your meditation?
No.
No.
Hoyt,
through Hoyt Robinette.
Bill English.
Bill English
was
oh,
here.
Okay,
his,
Bill English.
His mentor.
His teacher. Okay.
And,
wow. Okay.
And he did a little circle.
Yeah.
He says, I want to talk to you
Wow.
about
Okay.
the trip.
Okay.
And he says, that's great.
Okay.
China and
Yeah,
Tibet.
it's already going,
I
yeah.
thought Tibet, it doesn't get better than Tibet.
Yeah,
Okay,
right,
oh
right,
my
right.
God,
Yeah.
how wonderful.
Yeah.
He says, now, that's nice, but it'll be Malaysia that is the important one. My friends didn't know about Malaysia either.
At all. Yeah.
So anyway, he says, because you will be under attack in Malaysia, but we need you to go because you need to build a pyramid over Malaysia. And he says, no, and your friends, some of your friends will go because they want to see what I'm talking about, okay?
Yeah.
And they did. 6 of them came with me.
Yeah.
And it cost more than the other trip, you know?
Yeah.
And well, money wasn't important to Saint Germain, okay? So he said, now, Betty, you're going to be under attack, but your friends will protect you. And so we went, it's so beautiful.
Now, Betty, did you tell them before you went to
did.
Malaysia that
He said,
you're going to be under attack?
Oh, he said.
And so you told them this?
He says, oh, when you
Okay.
tell them
Okay.
about Malaysia, half of them will go with you.
Okay.
Like Chris and Carolyn and
Sure.
all.
Okay.
And they did.
Yes.
So it's beautiful.
You're on a trip. You're having
Okay?
fun.
We're having fun.
Absolutely.
And so I haven't gone, you know, and we haven't done it. We've having too much fun to
Yeah.
sit in there for 2 hours and build a pyramid
Yeah.
with our minds, you know. And so we're ready to go out again. Now, everything, you know, when Spirit puts something together, they cross the T's and dot
Okay.
the I's. So they got me a hotel room right beside the elevator.
Okay.
Isn't that lovely?
In what city?
And
We Kuala Lumpur?
Kuala Lumpur.
Okay, Malaysia.
yeah,
KL.
Kuala
okay.
Lumpur. And so we're going out again. It's lovely. We're just having a great time. We got to the elevator, pushed a button, and somebody hit me in the stomach like, you know, like a boxer. I mean, I just went to the floor. It knocked me out.
You just got a surge, something hit you.
Oh, it hit me
you.
right here,
Okay.
and I collapsed.
Yeah.
So they knew now, okay, what I was
is
talking
real, yeah.
about. So I was right next, gave my key, I'm right next to the elevator, and they dragged me
Back to the room.
over to the room, set me on the chair, got around me, built a pyramid. Around me for Malaysia
Yeah.
and me, okay. But he knew who would go, that I would be
Sure.
surrounded. So anyway, I think I just lost my sound.
Oh, let me put this
But anyway, friends, it was just exactly what he said. So these trips are wonderful, and they are often very interesting, actually. And and so then she says, after I have done this, she says, now go to Rome, and we had been to Rome, but go back to Rome, build a pyramid, go to the European communist countries because they really need us over there, and build these pyramids, and go to Hungary, to Budapest and Bulgaria, Austria. So we went to a lot of these. I love the Eastern
European,
countries,
yeah.
like the Czech Republic.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's what they were doing, and you know, there's another little dictum in the Bible too that talks about "Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven." So it kind of opens, has a door open for us, when we are told of something and we just turn it around and all, but. It's thy will be done. Now, at the temple, we try not to interfere with a person's karmic path because sometimes, you get a little information and you think you're just about a little bit smarter than somebody else, and you think that
this is how it should be done.
This is how it should be done.
That's right.
I wouldn't do it that way.
Yeah.
You shouldn't either.
Yeah.
And so Spirit, reminds us all the time that we don't know another's path.
We don't even know our own.
We don't even know our own.
Yeah.
Let alone
somebody else's.
Telling somebody you
shouldn't do this. Yeah,
this.
that's right.
Well, I always felt that about myself. A lot of times we feel like victims, don't we?
Yeah.
I know I don't deserve that, but we really don't know that it's an experience to get through.
Yeah.
That we don't know what
purpose,
we did in the past. That it's an opportunity to
grow,
grow through and above.
Yeah.
We don't know that. So Spirit says, now be sure that you don't try to counteract or get in the way of someone else's karma. And
it's like staying in front of their car, isn't it? Or a train.
Oh, absolutely.
Thinking you're helping them.
And oh yes, I'm going to save you from this.
Yeah.
And Spirit says, remember that challenge that they're having right now could be the one that's going to wake them up. And we were just talking about that before the show. It's
right.
Who knew?
You're right.
We thought we were living the only life there was,
You're right.
and it just was happening to us. So we sit and lament sometimes. Maybe you don't. Maybe you're perfect. God bless you. But I wasn't. I was miserable. As he says, you had everything that people thought they wanted. Well, it wasn't about things. It's about how you feel inside. We work and we run and we try to be good people and we do all of this. We get in our own way, and Spirit says, "Be still and know the I am God, the I am that you are, the I am that I am within." And you can't do that when you're trying to shove it into your heart.
Or someone else's.
Absolutely. So there is a hole in the heart from the inside. So it's time to wake up, find out, what did I put on my passport to Earth that I came for? I forgot. Well, call us, honey. We'll tell you. Because you have a gift. You brought a gift to Earth to give something. It could be, you could be blind. You could be mute. But you have a beautiful heart. Just love one another. As Jesus says, as I have loved you. We need more love on the earth. We don't really need so many more drones and bombs and bullets. And I say this as a Marine, okay, from Paris Island. We don't need more bullets and bombs. We just need a little more love. I think there was a little song about that, wasn't it? What the world needs now is love, sweet love. Thank you, friends. God bless you.
That's good. That was great. That was real good. That was real good. It was.